Hey guys, welcome back to Data Products with R. In this video, we're going to begin our sentiment analysis using the Twitter API and downloading a bunch of tweets and measuring sentiment. So this video is going to be a little different because I want to show you how to access the API, apply for an account, the things you need, etc. Before we actually get into the R part of it, because there is a process to this. So they don't just let anybody use the API. You have to actually apply for an account. They want to make sure they know who's accessing their data, etc. And so we're going to use a package called Academic Twitter, which is an R package, and it's built specifically for those people in academia to access the Twitter API and download these tweets. So we'll kind of talk about it as we go through it, but this is just, if you're doing this for the Praxis course, this is just for your information. I highly recommend that you watch the video to see how to do it, especially if you think, oh, this might be fun to do in the future. But I'm going to provide you the data when we actually get into the analysis, because there's a waiting period. They actually have to manually approve each account, so it takes a little bit of time. So let's just go ahead and check it out. Okay, so we're actually just going to hop on to Google. And so I search for Twitter developers, or you can search for Twitter developer portal, and you see this developer portal for Twitter. And so I'm going to actually sign out here because it's already got me signed in. Okay. So oh, no, it's logging me into Twitter. This is going great. Let's see if this thing works, because we don't want to go right into the dashboard. Overview. I think this is what we want. And the internet's going slow. There we go. Okay. So this is so developer.twitter.com is the dashboard or the API for Twitter. So as you can see here, this is self-serve tools that developers can use to manage their access to the Twitter API and Twitter Ads API. So on here, there's actually, Twitter does a very good job. There's tutorials. So if you wanted to download, a ton of data, like big data sets for doing, downloading thousands of tweets, or like all the tweets in a day or whatever, you can use Google Cloud, all sorts of different things that you can do for measuring tweet performance. So this might be interesting if you're working for a drug company or something and you're trying to get your message out there. You can see how your message is being picked up, but you can see there's just tons of different tutorials that you can use. So for this developer portal, you can sign up for a development account and sign up for a regular account, or I think, let's see, we do academic Twitter API. Twitter API for academic research. So if you click on here, you can see that there is a special account for those people that are in academia. So this can be students working on thesis, PhD candidates, or scholars, or anyone. Essentially, it seems to be anyone with like an EDU address, right? So undergrads, etc. And so you can use this to work to do your analysis as well. And so one of the nice things about this, so the key benefits, let's see if it has the difference. So the nice thing is, I think when I did my regular account, I think I got like 100,000 tweets or something that I could pull each month. And for academic Twitter, you can see, for the academic API, you can see you get 10 million tweets a month. That's a lot of tweets. We're not going to use anywhere near that. That's to the point of where you need some sort of cloud-based system. So from here, you can just say apply. I don't know if their website's slow tonight or if my internet's slow. And then start academic research application. So I already have an account, but it'll ask for your basic info. It will accept this. Then it'll ask for your academic profile. So it'll say, are you at a university, etc. Then your project details. So for this, I said, we're doing this sentiment analysis on COVID-19 for a introductory data products class. But you could say you're doing an undergraduate research project or whatever the case may be. And then you just review it, or maybe this is them reviewing it, and then the terms, and they say you can't use it to make money off of them, right? So once you get that, you will. Let me go back here. So once you're approved, you'll get this developer portal here. Let's see. Yeah. I think I already. United States. Academic research. No, we're not going to give it to a government agency. If I agree to the terms. Okay, hold on. Interesting. Why are you? I wonder if let's see. Let's go back to the developer turtles. Under my other Okay. So having multiple email accounts can be a pain. So, all right. So once you get an account, you'll have this dashboard, right? And so you have different projects that you can make. So I have 2 projects. This was the one I made before I had access to academic Twitter. And then teaching students COVID analysis. This is the project I made for this course. So as you can see here, I have this COVID sentiment. They give you an app ID. And then this app is created to use the Twitter API, etc. So if I go to my dashboard, you can see they keep track of how many tweets I've pulled. So I've got 10 million tweets, and while playing around to write the script, I've used 75,000 of them. So 10 million a month is a lot. So it's awesome that Twitter provides you that for academic Twitter. As you can see here, this was my free account, right? That was not academic Twitter. So I get 500,000 accounts. So it's just still a lot. Like I have used, 15%. So I could definitely do this project on a free account, but 10 million, you could do a lot of data mining. So now what I want to show you is how do you interface with this, right? So I have my account on this dashboard. Now the question is, how do I actually access it? So what we need to do is under this, you see that we have, I showed you this before, Twitter, COVID sentiment, app ID, etc. Up at the top here, it says keys and tokens. So this is how you interface. So these are special, and they even say secret keys that are specific to your use in your account. So I'm going to show you mine because you can always change them. And so as you can see here, regenerate. So this is going to give me a new key and get rid of my old one. So it allows you to copy them. So what you want to do is create like a Word doc or something secure. You could write them down, but they're crazy long. But you get this API key and then an API secret key. And then you also get this bearer token, which we're definitely going to use. So you see this bearer token. It's only showing you part of it. It's a real long string. And then you also get these access token and secret. So really, I think we only use the bottom two. So you see here's our access token and our access token secret. But these are specific to your project and they're specific to you. So if you give them, if I were to not revoke them and allow you to, and you watch my video, then when you log into our studio and run the code, the demo code that I show you, it's going to start pulling tweets and taking my allotment, right? So my 10 million is going to go down real fast if there's, however many people watch this video keep using my access keys. But those are specific, and they're also specific to your project, right? So this is specific only to that 10 million tweet Twitter COVID sentiment project, right? If I go to this other Twitter project, they're going to have different keys and tokens, okay? So once you have those, you want to keep them written down and stored aside, and that's what we'll use to access the API, which is kind of this access point to get all the historical tweets that Twitter saves. They have just rooms full of servers somewhere that they have all the tweets that you've ever put out there. As they say, the internet is written in ink, not in pencil. So even if you delete a tweet, you can still get it from somebody via this API mechanism, because once it's out there, it's archived for good. What are we at? 13 minutes? Okay, so I just wanted to give you an introduction to, if you wanted to do this beyond what we're going to do in class, this is how you get access. There are similar APIs. Let's look at a couple here real quick. Meta for developers. So if you wanted to do Instagram or Facebook, because I believe they're both part of Meta. So if you wanted to do Instagram or Facebook, you can apply for a developer account to get access to that. At the time of this video, mine hasn't been approved yet, so if the first cohort of students that are looking at this, there won't be a Facebook or Meta one, but there may be for future classes. So you can mine this if you wanted. You can mine Facebook if you want to see all, what all your grandparents are saying and stuff like that. Or you can do Instagram. There is Reddit has a good API. API documentation. Oh, this isn't documentation. How to use Reddit API in Python. Where do you get an account? Maybe they just allow you. Apps page Reddit. This might be it. api.reddit.com. Yeah, so you have to register, right? So read the terms and register. So this is, they might be a little more lenient than Twitter. Twitter was, and Meta are pretty extensive to get access to their APIs. I wonder if TikTok has one. TikTok API. It's hard with TikTok. It's hard with video, right? So you can get a TikTok API, but I don't use TikTok really. I know it's mostly videos, so it's like, how do you do sentiment analysis? You could maybe, if you got into like computer vision and that type of analysis, you could probably do better off. But there's all sorts of APIs. What other social media platforms still exist? No, I don't think WhatsApp. Do people use WhatsApp anymore? I never used WhatsApp. Yeah, I don't know about that. But and then whenever a new app comes along, a new social media thing, likely they'll have an API too, and you'll be able to mine that stuff. So, yes, that is how you get access to these APIs. Like I said, for our use case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my account. I'm going to pick what dates for our COVID-19 analysis. Essentially what we're going to do, I'll kind of put a teaser. We're going to take 3 dates. So we're going to take like the very beginning of COVID-19, which I think I picked, let's see, June 2020, because that's when the name COVID-19, I tried like January 2020, and that was right when like things were starting to spread outside of China, so there wasn't like a lot of tweets that had the name COVID-19 in it. But when I got to June, there was plenty. So we're going to do June, then we're going to do January 2021 and January 2022. And so we're going to look at how sentiment changed over the entire, like by taking 3 time points during the pandemic. And then on top of that, which I thought would be fun, is you can, when you also mine these tweets, you can pick geolocations, right? So we're going to look at those 3 places, or those 3 time points, but we're also going to look in 3 countries. We're going to look in the United States, we're going to look at sentiment analysis in Canada, and we're going to look at sentiment analysis in Great Britain. And the reason for that is because the first time I ran the code, I just said, let's pick all tweets that say COVID-19 and download like 100,000 of them on this date. And it was like all Spanish, right? And so it's like, okay, we'd have to translate this, or just, and I don't speak Spanish, unfortunately. So it's just a mess. So I was like, okay, let's geolocate them to English-speaking countries, because it just makes it easier, right? So it would be interesting to be able to do it with foreign-speaking countries, and then if I'm sure there's a way to translate through R, but that'd be like a whole quarter project. I'm sure it'd be a big thing. So that's what we're going to do coming up. So I've downloaded all this data and saved it into CSV files, so you're not going to have to use the API aspect. I'm going to show you how to use the API academic Twitter package on R, but you'll have all that data provided to you. Okay, so without blathering on too much more, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. If you please check out the next video, because in the next video we're actually going to marry the thing that we just did, set up an account and get our API tokens and things like that, to the academic Twitter package, which allows us to actually pull the tweets. So we'll do that in the next video, and then in the third video we'll actually start our analysis. So again, thanks for watching. If you're watching on YouTube, please hit like, please hit subscribe. Stick with me. We'll pull some tweets in the next video, then we'll run our sentiment analysis on COVID-19 over the years. So I'll catch you in the next one.